Two reactions of copper with chlorine are this one, this will be A, and this will be B. So it says, in an experiment, 15 grams of chlorine, so we've got 15 grams of chlorine, reacts with copper to make 41.83 grams of copper chloride. Work out whether equation A or B is taking place. Okay, so this is calculating quantities. Calculating quantities questions have three stages: moles, stoichiometry, and the final stage is moles. And what we have to do is work out which of these is correct by doing that. So in stage one, we have been told we have got 15 grams of chlorine, so we need to work out the number of moles of chlorine. Moles equals mass over forming the mass of Cl2. I use abbreviation MR for forming mass. Relative atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5, but we have got two chlorines in a chlorine molecule, so the formula mass is 35.5 times 2, or 35.5 plus 35.5. Either way, that equals 71. We've been told we've got 15 grams of chlorine. We know that's the mass because it's got a unit grams after it, so 15 divided by 71. Let's stick that in a calculator. 15 divided by 71 equals 0.211. So we've got a big number there. We need to take the whole number through the calculation. Right now I'm just going to write 0.211 moles there. Okay, stoichiometry. Now we've got two equations. The first one is, we can forget this copper here because that's not part of the equation. We've got chlorine turning into copper chloride in the first one. So we've got equation A first. Chlorine, Cl2, turns into CuCl2. And then we've got equation B down here, with Cl2 turns into 2CuCl. Okay, and in both cases, there's no number before the chlorine, so there's a 1 there. Okay, in this case here, there's no number before the copper chloride, so there's a 1 before that. So to get from that to that, what you'll notice is those numbers are the same. That's right, same on this. I don't have much space in this book. Hopefully you can see that's the same. To get from 1 to 2 here, that's not the same. How do we get from 1 to 2? Answer, we multiply by 2. Okay, so we don't start with 1 mole, however, we start with 0.211 moles. In this equation here, it's the same. So to get for this side over here, in A, I've got 0.211 moles of copper chloride. Down here, however, we need to multiply by 2 because we had to, 1 multiplied by 2 is 2, so therefore we have to do the same to this, so we have to multiply by 2. So let's multiply that by 2, and we get the answer 0.4225. 0.4225 moles copper chloride. Okay, final stage. We need to rearrange the moles equation. This time, moles equals mass over MR. We're going to rearrange that to mass equals moles times MR. Okay, so we need to do that for both of these, A and B. In that answer there, we've got 0.211 moles, and this answer here, we've got 0.4225 moles. Okay, so let's put 0.211 times and 0.4225 times. Now in the first case, CuCl2 is the formula mass. So we need to do a CuCl2 formula mass there. 1 copper and 2 chlorines. 1 copper is 63.5. So 63.5 plus the 2 chlorines. Well, 1 chlorine is 35.5, so therefore 2 is 71, and that's going to be 134.5. This one down here, 0.4225. This time in B, the formula is CuCl. So that's just simply going to be 1 copper and 1 chlorine. Well, 1 copper is 63.5. Plus a chlorine, 35.5. That looks like 98.5 there, times 98.5. Now, one of those answers, I'll leave you to figure it out, is going to be 41.83. If it's this one, okay, it's equation A is correct. If it's this one, it's equation B that's correct. I'll leave you to figure that out. All these questions on ayleshamhighchemistry.com.